months after the Nigerian government promised to arrange about 400 alleged Boko Haram sponsors and financiers of the deadly sect, the government appears to have mellowed down on the prosecution. Sahara reporters learned that the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, is covering up the identities of the sponsors, many of them being from a region of the country. Why there is also a plot to skirt their prosecution. 3 months and no prosecution has been heard about the 400 sponsors and funders of Boko Haram and bandits. It is an ongoing covering up by Malami, a top source stated. Sahara reporters had in April reported that Malami was unhappy and angry about the recent arrest of the persons allegedly funding Boko Haram, including operators of some Bureau de Change, who facilitated the transfer of money to the terrorists. A top source in government had told Sahara reporters how Malami was opposed to the raid and subsequently at loggerheads with the task force for carrying it out. The series of arrests were made in Kano, Borno, Abuja, Lagos, Sokoto, Adamawa, Kaduna, Zamfara State, according to a Daily Trust report. It was also reported that traders at the foreign exchange open market in Wapa, Fagi, a local government area, were picked up on March 9th, 15th, and 16th. Sahara reporters had revealed that apart from Malami opposing the raid, he also opposed having the names of those arrested released to the public. Malami was opposed to the raid and now he opposes having the names of those arrested released. Reviewed also. He is fighting the task force that carried out the raid. He's saying it was illegal. You see, some of these arrested were people he had freed through a special flight court that sat in Niger State and part of Abuja. Those guys are wealthy and he wants to collect money from them and let them off. The source had told Sahara reporters. It has been reported that 16 Bureaus de Change owned by persons with direct connection with Boko Haram were uncovered, while over 300 billion naira was found to have been pumped into the fundings of terrorism in the country. So, there is a huge amount of money involved, transferred through illicit means. Those arrested are reportedly being kept in military and Department of State Services facilities in Abuja and other places. But despite Malami's resistance to having their names revealed to the public, the identities of some Bureau de Change operators arrested for facilitating the transfer of money to the terrorists have been revealed. Some of them were traders at the foreign exchange open market in Wapa, Fagi, local government area of Kano State, and identified as Baba Al-Sani, Abubakar Yellow, Yusuf, Ali Yusuf, Babangida, Ibrahim, China, and others. Despite being the nation that has suffered the heaviest casualty through Boko Haram atrocities for many years, with over 3,000 people killed and millions of others displaced, Nigeria has shown weakness in dealing decisively with the terrorists and blocking their source of funding. Sahara reporters had also in the first week of May reported that the government was set to arrange the 400 alleged Boko Haram sponsors and financiers. The media aide to the Minister of Justice, Dr. Umar Ganju, had said that the prosecution of the suspects will commence as quickly as possible. Gwandu hinted that charges will soon be preferred against the suspect, but he declined further comments when asked for updates on the investigation. Meanwhile, 3 months after, nothing had been heard about the supposed prosecution. Sahara Reporters had also today reported that human rights lawyer Femi Falana's son wrote to the AGF Malami requesting for information on the prosecution of the over 400 suspects. In a letter titled Request for Information on Prosecution of Arrested 400 Persons of Terrorism in Nigeria, Falana had raised some concerns about their prosecution and asked Malami to respond within 7 days, pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act. The letter dated August 3rd had read on May 4th. It was widely reported in the print and electronic media that the federal government had concluded arrangements to prosecute about 400 alleged sponsors and financiers of terrorism in Nigeria. In the said publication, your office assured the nation that the suspects would be arraigned after the industrial action recently embarked upon by the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria. In view of the terrorist attacks being unleashed on law-abiding citizens by the groups of insurgents in several parts of the country, we strongly commend the move by the federal government to prosecute the suspects who were reported to have been arrested in a nationwide operation a few months ago. We, however, request that our law firm be furnished with information with respect to when criminal charges were filed against the suspects since the strike has been called off. Kindly ensure that we are furnished with the requested information with 7 days of the receipt of this letter in accordance with the provisions of Freedom of Information Act, the letter stated. So guys, you've all heard it now. So many Nigerians have reacted. Some persons are saying that this, clarify that Nigerian government are the Boko Haram themselves, because they cannot prosecute themselves. That is the reason why they are doing nothing about it. So guys, I'm dropping it here. What's your take on this? Let's hear from you. Kindly hit the comment section and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much for coming out here. I really do appreciate it. Bye for now.